Okay.
Ad Astra Abbot.
Yeah. Today won't be very long because I'm not really looking to do much. I was actually contemplating just condensing my resin and just taking a night off, but uh, streaming is one of those things that you really need to get into habit of doing regularly. I'm not really doing it for commercial for a living, so is um I don't know. So anyway, let's just do the dailies. What? Uh Silly of me. Anyway, done is done. Let it go. Okay, so I will be doing the Momiji. If I'm going to not condense, I may as well just go and do the Momiji. So yesterday, okay, let's
The
do the
world
proper
remains
work first.
constant over the century.
Oh, nice. The commissions are all clustered nearby. They are relatively nearby. Momiji first. I saw the job crop up just now. The city one will be running around the routes, killing things or checking routes. So yeah, there is that. One sec. If it seems I'm a little bit distracted, I am because I'm actually playing a mobile game at the same time. Yeah, I'm stupid like that. But let's give Sparky the attention he deserves.
Illusion shattered.
Stabilize! I will have order!
The Temple of Wisdom! You're toast!
There is no escape.
Okay, just now you guys saw what happened. I caught a glimpse of what happened. Zhongli's pillar basically brought down the shield of the mage and then stunned him. That made it impossible for him to teleport until later, which means I'm slowed down. I'm actually slowed down by Zhongli. Tiny Miracle and the usual suspect. And oh, EM. This one is important to hold. It's not great substep, but EM is very rare. Okay. At this point, I just want to take a momentary pause and adjust the party a bit because I was thinking of yesterday I mentioned Noel is now built.
Oh, how exciting!
Yeah, yeah, I'm really doing this. The good news is it will save me one click. Let's see how it works out. It will not do resistance strat, which is unfortunate.
Make yourselves at home. Hey-ya! Nice and spicy.
Illusion shattered. Ha! Ha! Torn to oblivion.
38. Actually fairly respectable. And I did screw up at the start, so it's actually shorter by 1 to 2 seconds. Attack, not great. Honey Miracle, usual suspect.
Shine down.
I must leave no. Sharing my knowledge. You're toast! Boba, get the...
Inazuma shines eternal.
37, still a bit slow. This is horrible, usual suspect. Next one, I'll finish this one. The next one, I would clear the artifacts into banners stuff.
Make yourselves at home. This may hurt a little. Hey-ya!
Illusion shattered. Torn to oblivion.
37 or 38. Is notably shorter, but is a little bit more fluid in that sense. I sort of like this. Nemo, but not a very good set. Tiny Miracle and Storm Cage again. So the next round I would whatchamacallit, clear the artifacts and then collect. Okay.
Sharing my knowledge. Grow, grow, grow. Eat this!
Now you shall perish.
34. Wait. But I took some damage. That's not good. Yeah, there's a limit to because Zhongli Shu can
Benny's
fortify.
adventure team.
That's why it is better. The Tiny Miracle. This is Sojourner. Yeah, this no point. No point. I'd rather reduce down to this. Yeah, this is no. That one is no point. EM can't be helped. EM again? No, sorry. Okay. Okay, then it's the usual suspects. Where are you? Usual suspects is usually at the bottom. I'll get rid of this one. Oh, slots are full. Okay, guess I don't have anything to carry off from that one. This one is gone. EM, so can't toss that. The flowers, I think from the last session was quite decent. Again, I have to at some point come back here and make the hard calls to figure out which one to toss. This one goes. I think this one will go also. I need the space. I cannot afford to be too sentimental about this. This one goes for sure. This one EM can't go. Okay, give me a good one, please. Flat attack. This is the I think the second time he went to flat attack. This is the problem with the artifact system. If you say all this goes into the base attack, I'll love that. But it's not. It's a separate component. That's the annoying part. Anyway, um, feed Raiden. Wait a minute, what's that? Rosaria. Okay. Uh, Noel's shield got a limit. Uh, so it's not as good as Zhongli. Zhongli has two particular points that make it much better. It can fortify. Oh, this is not too bad. HP. Tiny miracles. Okay. Zhongli can fortify, and he has a 20% resistance threat. That's why his shield is much better. But until I get C2, I'm actually quite irritated by him constantly interrupting, breaking the shield of the mage.
Shine down.
The Temple of Wisdom. You're toast. Out of the frying pan.
There is no escape. Inazuma shines eternal.
I lost about half a second there. And the resistance threat is actually quite noticeable. So average of 38 seconds is not bad, but I know we can do better. Shit substance. Okay. Sojourner crown. Circlet. Sojourner. Sojourn? Yeah.
Shine down.
Share my knowledge. This may turn a little. Eat this!
Torn to oblivion. There is no escape.
Nice and spicy.
A bit of a fail there, yes. So overall, no. Noel's Noel is very good. He's clearly one of the better shields, but it doesn't quite do the job that I need it to do here. Zhongli shield is still much better. This is not bad. Uh, Unfortunately, it's a sand, so attack isn't that useful. Usual suspect. Surprisingly good, basically, in my view, for Noel's shield here.
Illusion shattered.
Steady as stone, as a dutiful maid would.
What the hell did I do this for?
Huh?
Well, if I'm going to do it, I may as well do it properly.
I must leave no stone unturned. The Temple of Wisdom! Grow, grow, grow! You're toast! Booba, get them!
Now you shall perish.
Well, Xiaoning, are you going to recover Yep, you did. That was the goofiest screwball I've ever seen. Whoa! Whoa! And since it's a healing bonus, right? All this can actually go on banner quite well. I think banner has a circlet, emblem circlet. Let me check. Sojourner, Tiny Miracles. Okay, leave the domain. I didn't even bother to look at the dummy. I know it sucked, but it was funny. Sorry. I'll have to switch back to Zhongli
A
because
walk would be nice.
at the end of the day, what I'm trying to do is to clear that domain as painlessly as possible. So I am not going to do something stupid like Noel is okay, but it adds about 3 seconds to the clear. So I'm not keen to get into that particular practice. Yes, this circlet is actually which one is the new one that is locked? Healing bonus. Is this better? Not necessarily because this has a HP percent, but I think this is worthwhile to swap in because I need the ER and the rest help. So I'm swapping this in. And no, Raiden can't use this, even though the substats are very nice. But Raiden can't use this.
Oh, ow. Where did that come from?
186. I will clear. I believe I'll clear 220, possibly 225. So I think it's way higher than what Bennett needs. Because he in most situations I suspect he will
Benny's
get it back
adventure team, assemble!
even before the
Oh.
um cooldown finishes. So I don't think he needs that much ER. So let me go abuse the usual suspects here. Have that thing respawn? I don't think so. No, he hasn't. Okay.
Another test.
Into the wind.
Committed to memory! Fire hazard!
The wrong test subject.
Hmm. Hmm. Am I doing this?
No escape.
Got a lucky day.
One with nature.
Everyone hold hands. The fuse is lit.
Ow. I'm not sure what happened there. Okay, I know what happened there. Yoimiya got clobbered by that Hiragi. I think Hiragi? But I'm not sure why she got clobbered.
Time for a light show.
I think the artifact should have respawned today.
Shine down.
Fire hazard.
Oh, he's dead already. Ah, this lost text is placed in the most annoying place. And while I'm here, Bennett. Oh, I forgot to raise his artifact. Ah, okay. Okay, then it was Sojourner. There was a couple of items. Yeah, no point keeping on to this one. And one of these, I believe. No, this one definitely. This one I think I'll let go also. And then Tiny Miracle again. Oh, one is crit damage, one is crit rate. Let's see whether there's anything else to throw. This one, for example. And this one. That will bring it down to 6. Not desirable, but acceptable. This one. Okay. What was this one anyway? Yeah, this one is okay. Usual suspects. Wow, so many. I need to trim this off. This one, EM. This one. I have very few. I don't have a 4-star. A need for a 4-star death. Death goblet. This is Dendro HP. Okay, I'm not happy. Yep, this goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to cut it down. Okay, this goes. Oh, this goes, definitely. Oh shit. That's why I wanted just to scroll up. It interpreted it as a click and drag. Anyway, 2% more of ER. Where's my ER right now?
Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
190. And he'll get 28% on completion. So he is minimally 215. 218. I think close, most likely 220.
Benny's adventure team, assemble!
Yes, yes.
Oh,
And this is even
oh,
before.
or not.
Never mind. Let's. No, I'm not going to do the Caribet. 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 Quest line right now. I'll do it later. Mushroom. And this is. Okay, looks like I'll be doing the other direction then. Touring light show some more. Help Yasmin. Can I not? Where's Yasmin? Well, at least this time around they sort of made it better. Westward. This one is for. And straight through you. Yeah, like I say, it's something that I like Nahida to do.
I see everything.
Oh, miss a mushroom. And there's one over there. And one more there, but let's leave it as it is, huh? And let's just carry on down the road. The road? There's a road. I think the road was up there. Is there a way for me to get up there quickly? Yeah, I have to go up the slope. I think here is better than anywhere else. Oh, Kazuma. Whoa, wait.
Wind Strider.
That offset the mistake I made earlier. Where was it? Yeah, going down this road. This is that's the, what? Interesting, I didn't clear this one yet. Well, I'm about to.
Illusion shattered. Into the wind.
The fuse is lit. Ha!
Well, am I low on Sweet Madame? No. Am I ever going to be low on Sweet Madame? Odds are not likely. It should be. Oh, okay. Okay.
Shine down. The wind knows me.
Now you're testing my patience.
Fire hazard.
I think it's also that I'm not gauging the distance correctly. Light a fire first. Right. Yes, I do need to pick that up. I may as well pick this up. Let's clear the area first. Oh, no need. I'm gonna have problem later. Apparently not.
Illusion shattered.
Asuha is a very useful chap to have around. Oh, okay. Since when can Kazuha hit so hard? Oh, I didn't. Well, I sort of saw it off the corner of my eye, and I decided not to do anything about it. Because tonight I'm just trying to get this done and be done with it. I'm quite tired. There has been some problems at work, So, which just royally pissed me off. So, I'd rather not have to spend too much time and spend too much time being up generally. So, I just want to quickly settle things. Maybe talk about a couple of things, but then after that is, yeah, off to bed, I suppose.
Ad Astra, thank you for completing.
Wait a minute. I'm at 1 5. Uh, I will check out what's going on here later, but I thought I hit the max already. But it's okay. Maybe it's just a few, a bit off. But I'll check it offline later. Give me my stuff. Okay, let's just pack up first before I do the rest of my admin, which is basically this. What else do I have to do for the rest of the night? For the rest of the week, sorry. Don't need to do this. Cook maybe. Complete the request, yes, because of money. Not bothered. This one is done already. Okay. Okay. Then just right. Let's do this very carefully. First off, commissions are done. Resin is spent up. Now let's go and collect the extra prizes that I get. Okay. There's a reason why I want to do this. Okay. Let me do that. This is already into Inazuma, so we're not getting a lot. We'll get maybe 15 or so. I think there's a red already. Akasha Pulse, so we pretty much reached the end. Maybe just one or two more. Calibret, okay, Calibert. Caribert. Caribert? Okay, so how many does that net me? 24. I had 4 or 5 beforehand. Okay. So let's. I don't know how long I've been streaming. Let me take a quick check. About 40 minutes,
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
which is a bit longer than I expected to. Okay. So at this point, let's take a step back. I just want to make a particular comment on. Okay, not the correct place. I want to. Right, blame me. To be very honest, her character design is a bit so-so for me. I mean, I like the personality. She's quite straightforward. It's always nice to see a straightforward person. That I'm not so a little bit vain. I okay with that. I mean, I'm a guy. A woman trying to look pretty is. I'm not going to argue against it. Otherwise, her design is not exactly. I won't call it my type, but she is who she is. Okay, so but she get a lot of flack. Um, and I think wrongly so. Okay, the first thing I would say is she is her kid is very confusing because it's not it. The way I look at this description, and this is uh, one of the problematic one, is that it's deliberately written to troll my feel. Mihoyo is doing something weird in the background. Okay. Uh, so I'm thinking it's not a problem with the translation. It is deliberately written to sound bad. Okay. Um, let's go over what I think are her problems. First, her E doesn't generate enough particles for her. She is clearly not capable of functioning on her own. She's not like Raiden. Raiden can kill things and keep going and keep going and keep going. As long as she doesn't hit anything that's electro resistant, Raiden can just go on forever. No, Daya is not capable of doing that. Okay, she cannot generate enough enough energy particle to keep herself going. That's very clear. But again, that is not exactly unknown. Noel doesn't do that. Doesn't do enough. Particle generation. She actually doesn't do particle generation. There are a few others that are of this category. Most of the good ones are not. Uh, Most of the good ones are not. Are those who can generate energy easily for themselves. So water and animal generally are considered energy particle generator. So even for those whose kid is can be a bit weird because of the amount of energy they can generate themselves, they are considered they are looked down upon. It's people who cannot get enough energy that would typically run into problem with the meta gang. Now, yes, her her skill is a problem because her skill first off is written badly. Uh, yes, there is a 40% what they call 40% downtime, 40% downtime because you cannot keep this field going. But it's a trap. You're not supposed to constantly keep this field going. Her use case looks to be uh, okay. Let's um, okay. She's a very complex kid. That's what I'm saying. If you want to take advantage of her, it's not easy. That's the first thing I want to say. So a lot of the meta players, I think they are looking for characters who are straightforward and easy to build. I don't blame them, but I think they get into a trap where they see characters that are difficult to build and they think they are bad. Those are not necessarily the same thing. Okay, Kokomi is now generally regarded as very good, but when she first came out, everybody looked at her and she cannot crit, so they don't want to use her. But she is actually an excellent water applicator and an emergency healer. So in certain scenarios, she is actually very good and she's generally well regarded now. I'm not saying Dea is necessarily that way, but I'm saying she is deliberately made to look weak. There is something else going on here. Okay. Now, the first thing that I will say is the this E is deceptive. It's so lengthy and so full of words. and so full of fancy effects, right? That you think is what she's built around. It's not. Her constellation is always a good clue on how Mihoyo thinks the character should be used. And I'm not talking first two. First two is always something to boost them their core, but it's the third one, C3, that is important because C3 will always be either burst or skill enhancing. And it tells you what the developer thinks is important. In this case, it's the burst, the Leonine bite, because they expect you to use it more often for her, and do that. So if you're supposed to use Leonine bite, the cat bite lah, let's shortcut it to cat bite. How are you supposed to use this? And this is also written in a shitty way. Okay, but what this basically boils down to is 70 cost, relatively high, so you need good ER, mostly key off attack, so you just and a little bit of HP. Okay, the HP actually helps a bit, but it is not keyed totally off. Okay, and it's a very very short duration with a fairly long cooldown. Okay, so what is she? She is a burst sword DPS or burst sword damage dealer. Once you have her burst out, you drop her, you swap to her, drop her. Do you drop it first? You drop it first or drop it second? Okay, I have to go figure it out. Uh, I suspect you can drop it first, then you can do either. I suspect you got no benefit having the Fury Sanctum early. Okay, okay. There's some sequencing issue. But my broad interpretation is you don't bring her out to DPS. She is like Tinari, a burst burst sword. You bring her on, you burst, you repeatedly use E, because doing this allows you to punch more often, right? And that creates a lot of damage. The fist main from the trial, I'm seeing that build as giving her something like this is level 1, that one was level 8. It was giving her 6k hits at a very fast rate. She can probably do, my guess is 15 to 20 hits in that 4 second duration. The 6k is a crit, so if you build her correctly, she can do way more than that. My guess is you will never see big numbers from her. She is not a big number character, but she will likely chop through a health bar fairly fast. And the other thing is she is a poise damage attacker. Okay, most of her attack will hit very hard, and it will stagger opponent. It's a form of crowd control. So okay, so first thing is you throw out this. When you come to her turn, you throw out this. You punch the living hell out of the character, and you gain back as much. Okay, you need to gain back as much energy as you can, so that she builds it back. Then at the end of a burst, once it's finished, you throw down a inferno, do a bit more damage, or just do it twice. Uh, because you want to get 112 and 132. This is level 1, and then set up the benefit for the rest of the team. Then you get the hell out of that. Okay, because you want to give the rest of the team. That's this ties in because you Indomitable Flame. Okay, this is a bit tricky because this is the first part. So is within 9 seconds, so you probably want to do both quick. And then swap the hell up, do both quickly to deal as much damage as you can, because there is no delay, and I suspect no ICD, because these are two separate triggers. It's like Deluxe case is likely two separate triggers. Okay, I probably need to test, but yeah. So uh, yeah. So you do the burst, punch the tank out of everybody, drop the fuel, uh, and then adjust the fuel as necessary if things are moving around. So these two done, you swap out to your primary DPS. Okay, and you use this to help the rest of the team because you're tanking the damage. You divert half the damage to pool, then you mitigate through half damage, uh, through the damage buffer over time. Okay, you tag with a healer like Cookie who pauses. I need to check Cookie. Okay, does Cookie heals characters that are in party? If it's not, if it doesn't, then it's not. It doesn't work that way. Okay, can. So after that, you swap back to your primary DPS and let her do some of the tanking, tank out the damage. Okay, that's how I see her being used. So she is never going to function well on her own. She's not a solo. She needs somebody to help her generate energy. And she doesn't work well with certain characters because uh, those characters, especially the standard meta ones, which trigger sync attack through normal attack, will never pair well with her. So it's a deliberate combo breaker. You cannot take Xingqiu, you cannot take Yelan with her. It is pointed out by another YouTuber who pointed this out as a weakness. Now that I think about it, I suspect it's deliberate. They want to break that combination because everybody is using Xingqiu. Which means, okay, implication is they may come out with characters that work specifically with other characters with a similar type of mechanics as this. I don't think she is intended to work alone. Okay, what she isn't is she isn't for everything, and she cannot do with teams that have multiple sword doesn't work out well. Multi sword, the sword DPS doesn't work out too well because you lose too much. So hang on, before I go too far, okay, just take a look at Cookie. Specifically current active. So Cookie doesn't work well with her either. Which is the character that will heal Barbara? I think Barbara. There are two that comes to mind. First is Chi Chi, but I think Chi Chi also doesn't heal. Her E doesn't
One,
heal.
two.
Her E doesn't just heals the active character. On hit normal charge attack. Oh, she needs to be on heal to okay. This periodic regeneration. Okay, she can generate if you are using CC to front and attack. Okay, that's interesting. Can we do okay? The melt. Actually, one of the problems I had with Chi Chi is that Chi Chi's E, the cryo application, right, is actually quite slow. But hmm, Just I've always when I use CT, I always get the problem in that her cryo application is very slow. It is actually about 2.5 to 5. But it might time and pair well with Daya. Okay, hang on. Let's go back to Daya to complete my thoughts on her. Now, so my thinking is her talent is more you use the burst, then you use the E, right? Which means you need to pre-farm all the energy or have people who can channel. She's not meant to stay on field. She's meant to swap in, do a lot of damage, and she can do a lot of damage. She I won't deny it. She is locked out from the usual meta of using normal sing attack. That's correct. That's the meta. But they if somebody okay this, they are trying to the polite term is provide alternatives to the meta, but the impolite term is they are trying to screw with the people who just want to use that one meta. Okay, that's not my number one consideration. Now, the other part will get other some people pissed off because it's about whether the C1 makes them better. Now, the constellations make the character better. Now, C1 is really not necessary. I suspect you can do fine without her, but it will make her much more powerful, which is fine. The problem is C2. C2 actually boosts her very much. And from a lot of players' perspective, this is actually the important one because it boosts her E and make it more powerful. But they are thinking I must use E constantly. But it's more like Yelan's case. Yelan and Xinqiu's primary purpose is burst. They are popular because burst and synchronized attack, so they are off field. She is a little bit different. She wants to be on field when she's bursting. She doesn't synchronize. She just gives a little bit more of benefit through her skill when by applying her skill just before she leaves the field. So that's a little bit different. So now, C1 is not strictly necessary but nice. C2, if what I think her way of fighting is, I don't think is necessary, but it's nice. C3 will make her more powerful. C4, C4 is very strong because one of her fundamental problems is she when she tanks she'll have problem because she can gain 200% of her HP, so she can die. She will reach a point where it will stop, but she can take way too much. Okay, that's an interesting. Yes, okay, hang on, something to think about. Okay, anyway, coming back. So this will make her quite. One of her weaknesses is that she cannot generate energy. So this actually helps a lot because let's say she can do 10 fist attack in a short time, right? It's 15 energy coming back. Now, this is not energy particle, so I don't know whether her ER will affect this. I suspect not, but 15 out of 70 is still quite a lot, and it helps to heal her. So a C4 there is actually very strong. C5 is not strictly necessary. Her E is not the point. This crit rate is it just makes her almost okay a lot. Okay, not true. Half of her kit here, half of her constellation makes her burst stronger. Half of her constellation here makes her E looks better. I suspect it's a deliberate misdirection. This character is written in a specific way to basically troll people. Anyway, what I wanted to check is her Fury Sanctum, right? Okay. What happened? Uh, okay. You get a few. You get what they call what? Red means blood. Okay, it's basically you can get up to 200% max HP. But what is the cutoff? At what point when you get she will stop mitigating damage this way, but she will still continue to take damage. So she can easily die from it and off you. Combined with things like corrosion, she can become very vulnerable. How will corrosion work on her? That's one question. Okay, I suspect she can die out if you don't pay attention. Okay, so this one she has certain weakness. You need this is not an this is not necessarily an advantage. Okay, it's good for the team, but the problem is there is very few ways to heal off team uh, non-active players. One of the way is where's Barbara? Barbara. Barbara's E.
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
Barbara's E will heal all party members. That's why she's important, and she on hit. Okay, on hit. Yeah, okay. Wait, this doesn't work. Yeah, this doesn't work because you need to have Barbara on field to do this, so it doesn't work. There's very few way to heal off field characters without okay, one of them is this. Another one is Noel, who specifically is allowed to heal, but you also must be on field and it must be charged. It must be an attack. It's not automatic. The other one that can heal off field is Kokumi, but that's only because uh, of her burst. But it also requires on field. There is no off field skill healing off field characters. It doesn't happen. Okay. So that's one of her weakness. It's very easy to forget about her and then she'll die in the middle of nowhere. Okay. Okay. She doesn't work well with normal sing attack. How will she combo with Candace? Candace will take too long. But Candice does a lot of Hydro character actually does does create a lot of energy particle, which may be good for her. I no, her attacks, her attack bite attack is counted as burst damage, so this doesn't work. But you can use certain artifacts like Noblesse or Blight to increase the burst damage. And in this case, she's not using a claymore; she's just using her fist. So I'm not sure whether this will combo. I don't think so. My suspicion is Candice and Dea will combo well together. Okay. I'm drifting. Unfortunate side effect of how I think. Sorry. So my thinking is she is a difficult character to build. She is like most of the soon to be standard characters, right? She doesn't. She's not easy to build. Of hang on, let me just go to the standard banner a bit. Okay, these are currently the eight, six, sorry, soon to be seven standard characters. None of them have a good reputation. Okay. Mona is used only for her damage boost. Jin is typically seen as power crab. Useful for her animal gathering, not seen as good a healer. A very specific use case for her fire with Planet C6. So very niche. Chi is laughed at, sadly. Yeah, but Diluc is looked down upon even though he's quite strong. He's just not flashy. Keqing is of the lot the best viewed, viewed as the best because she is easy to use and her kit is well understood. Tignari is, aside from the voice actor problem, is largely overhauled by Al Haytham and Nahida, but he is actually quite strong as a burst replacement. He's a burst sword. He's not a dendro DPS, dendro applicator or a DPS. So all these are strong but difficult to build. Tignari, you need to build him in a specific way. Mona, sorry, strong, either difficult to build or very niche in the area. Chi is regarded as a very strong, is known as a very strong healer, but nobody likes her because of one, her playstyle, and two, she her habit of showing up. You need to learn how to use Chi to appreciate what she does. People don't like her because they don't want to spend the effort to know her, and then she keeps showing up in the standard wish. That's where the problem is. Okay, I got the look very early. She's actually, I think, is my first 5 star. So I used him a lot in the early days, in my early days. So I got to know him, and I was using an offbeat build. I was using him as an EM trigger. Okay, that's how strange it is. People use him as a direct damage. I use him as an EM trigger because at that point I don't have anything else to do to have that kind of thing. I rebuild him, so he's more traditional now. He's reliable, he's not flashy, he doesn't gloat about things, he just kills things. And he's very good at it. Okay? So coming back, Dea, she's going to be one of the 7, right? And she's, by looking at it, she's going to be difficult to build. Why do I say that? Because her she keys off attack, she keys off HP, she needs energy, so she needs ER, and she wants either crit rate or crit damage, or she wants both. Otherwise, she doesn't. So she keys off 5. She keys off 5 items, right? Not easy to build, but I think the build for her, okay, which means she is, you can only build her very narrowly. At the current moment, she has one build, and I don't think she can do anything else on it. Can be built for anything else. So in that sense, she's bad. She's not. Okay. Raiden could be built 2 ways when you start when she first came out. Now with Dendro out, she can be built a 3rd way. So uh Raid but Raiden is rarely built. Okay, Raiden has 3 primary builds currently. First is the hyper carry, which is engulfing lightning plus everything you can squeeze to make her numbers big. The second is energy conduit, which means the catch, and she uses that to power everybody else and then do a bit of damage also. So that's the second build. These two are the initial 2 kinds of build that came out. Now with Dendro out, you can end up with a EM build, Hyper Bloom build, which apparently is quite fun, and I believe so. So, but at the end of the day, you only have 3 builds with her. The rest is not going to be very effective. Generally speaking, you get 1 or 2 builds per character. Sorry, 2 or 3 builds per character. But they are looking at what she is right now. She can function only very narrowly if you build her in 1 build. Maybe 2. Okay. Her HP scale is small. Is 1%, 2%. It's not going to be very bad. It's 1%. It's not a lot. Okay. This, oh no, it's every 20 seconds. Okay, anyway, coming back. So, what she doesn't need much HP. She benefits, but you don't need to squeeze 3 HP artifact the way I did Zhongli. Because my Zhongli only has 1 mission. His mission is to be fat, and he should be fat. So he has only 1 mission in life. That's fine. That's what I want him to be. That's okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to go take a look at something else. Okay, anyway. So she can just get by with 1 HP, or even if you really want to maximize it, only only HP substats. Okay, percent substat lah. Huh? She needs ER. I suspect she needs ER, so that will be her primary. ER, then probably HP, And the last one is either crit rate or crit damage, depending on what weapon she's holding. If she's holding an ER Claymore, she can use ER Claymore. She can swap the ER artifact into an attack artifact to emphasize. So there is a bit of flexibility there. But essentially, what she's trying, she cannot use arrow damage bonus, because if she use it, she will. Can she? She can. She can. If she use a ER, okay, but she will lose out in crit. She will lose out in crit damage. Uh, Actually, because her native is HP, she may not need. She may not need to use. She may not need to use a HP artifact. Okay. Okay. That's why her best in slot weapon is the current weapon. She needs that weapon for two reasons. First off, the weapon gives her a HP boost if she's not shielded, and I'm okay with not shielding her. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, that weapon gives her a crit. I think it's a crit rate increase, so she can safely switch to a crit damage circlet. So from that perspective, the build will be ER. Have to be ER unless you have very good artifact rolls. ER. Uh, ER attack potentially, or I think you hang on. Just let me check something before I open mouth and uh. Okay, what I'm thinking is ER. Where is the in this case electro damage? Do you get that here? No, you don't. You get that here. Yes. So you get that in the goblet. So you can ER pyro damage and crit. I would have typically used HP here, but her innate HP might be enough. So there are two builds now. Depending on the weapon you do, if you have her best in slot, what you will do is ER pyro crit damage, if I remember correctly. Okay, crit whatever is not her weapon. It is because her innate is HP, her weapon give her, so she will stack up about 35k or so. I believe 35k or so. So she hits her steady state at that point in time. I believe. Okay. The other build is a non best in slot. So in such a case, I most likely will go for okay, for the best in slot build, you most likely will want to have Bennett hanging around to give the damage the attack boost to help her boost up her damage, because she's not going to go for very high attack. She probably end up with 1.4k about there, my view. Then on top of that, okay, the other build is non-BIS, so it depends on the weapon. The weapon will be likely an ER or a crit rate or a crit damage. So your circlet will be the diametric opposite. Your center line, your goblet might be a HP or a pyro damage, depending which is more important to you. My thinking is pyro damage. She does a lot of pyro damage. When she's on field, she does a lot of pyro damage. So you probably want to emphasize that. But this one will either be an attack or an ER, depending on the weapon that you pick. if you pick a critical weapon, you probably will need a. You probably want to have an ER. So again, it'll be ER pyro damage crit. I think that will be likely the most likely build. If it's not, if you are using an ER weapon, then the your life gets very difficult because you might be able to crit if you use a crit circlet, but your crit damage is low. And then you will use this probably to swap to an attack. So I think very unlikely. I think what would be more likely is that you will swap to a crit rate. This crit damage, this is ER. So in that sense, she's narrow build. She's looking for a very very specific set of of um of artifacts and weapons. So sorry, let's just go into the inventory. So what claymore other than her blessing slot? Uh, Wolf Greystone. Uh, you can use this. Wolf Greystone can be used, and but she'll need the HP. She'll need the crit, probably crit rate, but she'll suffer from crit damage, and she want the ER. She'll want the HP. She'll want the pyro damage. She'll still want to. Okay, key thing is you want to hold on to the pyro damage because everything she does is pyro damage. So you want to do, you want to multiply that. Okay. White blind won't cut it. Rain slasher. Yeah, like I said, I had this because I was using Diluc as a trigger. So no, this is not good. Favonius can, but you need to have a crit rate. ER, probably attack pyro crit rate, and you use this to generate particles and use the ER to boost your recovery. Can be done. I think can, but the base attack will be low, so you have a problem, slight problem. Actually, this one will be an interesting because her damage is considered elemental burst. So increasing it by 24% is quite a bit of increase. This is a potential choice. Sacred Sword ER, not useful because of the skill of the. She's not reliant on her skill. You reset also no use. Yeah, not really that useful. Forge. Oh, this is an interesting. This is an interesting effect because Gaia doesn't have anything against shields. It's the weapon that has anything against shields. But you can increase your own shield strength. You can you can stack every 0.3 seconds. So in that 4 second shield, you can increase your attack by about 20%. If you're protected by a shield, you increase by 40%. which just stack, so she can actually be quite frightening. Okay, okay, but she must have a shield lah. That's not too difficult. Toma, are you around? Toma, Toma paired with her. Does Toma sync on a normal attack or just attack? Okay, something to check later. Okay, moving on. This one is not going to work out. Not funny. Litic won't work for her either. Black Cliff. Hmm. Then the other one that is being talked about is Bell. Because it increases her HP, but it's totally useless. They're trying to take advantage of the rebellious guardian because they are saying taking damage will generate a shield which will absorb damage up to. So it's a cycle in that you take damage from the red man blood and then you generate a shield that will help to tank it a little bit, so it's reducing the damage you take further, even further. You get 50% of the damage that's being dealt to you, then you reduce that by 30%. At the current moment, looks to be 32%. Yeah. By the shield, and you get 24%. While protected by a shield, not necessary this shield, you get 24% increased damage. So, and you can it's a HP boost. So there is some synergy there. It's an odd sort of synergy. But this will be a maximized HP. Okay, the problem is it's 1% of HP. So 35k you get 3,500. It's not small lah. It's not small. Is it 3,035? 35000. 1% will be 350. Yeah, 1% is not a lot. 350 times 100. It will be 35k. 1% is not a lot. And every 45 seconds is very long. So it lasts 10 seconds until broken and you can trigger 45 seconds. So okay, granted Daya is a fight finisher. You want to go in there and finish as much as possible. But challenging. It's a potential build. I don't think it's a very strong build, but it's a potential build. My view is that the likely best candidates are not in any particular order, it's just in the order I'm scrolling through. Bell. Sack is not very good. Sacrificial Favonius. Favonius Greatsword. As an offbeat potential luxurious sea lord. Cooked fish. And oddly unforged or wolf gravestone. I actually quite like the concept of this unforged build because you don't care what kind of hits you score and you just keep going, you scale your attack up as long as the attack doesn't, as long as the burst doesn't snapshot, this is fine. can only occur once every 0.3 seconds, but it's fine because Daya's hits come fast and furious, so this won't be a problem. And if you're protected by a shield, you actually gain 8% attack times 5 is 40% attack. That is a huge swing. Unforge actually could be quite interesting. Wolf Greystone is a very simplistic approach to things like you just increase straight up and then you continue to beat. And because it's such a high base attack, it's actually quite interesting. But I think Forge actually can be very interesting build. Of course, her signature weapon is her signature weapon. It'll be very good. Okay, I'm not going to stay. Let me just check my. Nobody's commenting. Nobody's watching now. Really. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to end stream soon. But my point is, Daya is. I won't call her a meta changer. She isn't, but she opens a window into another meta. Currently, a lot of the support meta is about uh, the support being off-field supporting and on-field DPS, not an on-field tank, on-field DPS. But what happens if you swap the meta around to tank, swap in DPS, support for the swap in DPS? So, hmm, the concept is not fully well formed, but it is. They are opening the door to another. I suspect they are opening the door to another set of builds. I rather like the concept actually. Okay, my question to myself is: do I like the concept of what it does, or do I like the concept of it being different? My feel is Favonius will be very strong because it helps her bring it back. Uh, Forge will give a very interesting look to her because it brings in two. Okay, based on the wiki's description, party wide shield won't stop the red main blood damage, but character specific shields will. So can most shielders are party wide shields, otherwise they aren't very useful. So there's no easy way to. Okay, that's why Bell is very useful because it brings a character only shield to the story. There's because you can only equip either weapon or artifacts. There's no other way to do it. Okay, that's fine. Okay, and I will need to think about it offline. Okay. But here is the thing: do I want to pull on her? Yes, because I think she brings some new thing to the party. Okay, these three characters, Bennett combis well with her because she helped to raise her attack and he potentially can infuse her normal attack with pyro. So that's good. Barbara brings water element, the hydro to her for vaporization. So potentially also good. Okay. Let me see. Let me think. I want to check Raiden's specific language. Raiden will coordinated attack when it deals damage. Doesn't care what kind of attack it will deal damage. Ye Lan's burst specifically say uh, initiate the using a normal attack. Using normal attack. So she will never trigger because um flame main's attack this attack is considered burst. So it's not. Xin Chu's one, if I remember the language correctly, is also one trigger. Toma. Toma's Crimson Oroyo. Normal attack. So no. This will not work with it will not work well with their. Okay. So I need to do a bit more research into how to build a Dea team. Toma again looks like he's left out in the cold. Okay. But coming back to the question, do I want to pull for her? Yes, because I think she brings something odd to the party. And Center Banner, I probably won't see her again. That's fine. I don't mind pulling for her. Looking at the C1, C2, and my understanding of how she's supposed to be played, C1, C2 improves her, but they are not super critical. Now, is she Abyss level, Abyss grade? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not for now. Future? Maybe. Uh, okay. When normal and charge is the same category as. Okay, in this case, it's the same category as Radiance Burst. Radiance Burst does not work with target because target is normal charge attack. Okay, so that sorts out that little problem. Okay, she Dea is not sitting well in anywhere right now because she doesn't fit well. True to character, I have to say, I have to think about it a bit. Do I want to put her? Yes, because I think I had a lot of fun in her trial, so that's a key thing. Her character design is not up my street, but I don't mind it. It is okay. It is another pretty female to look at. So, and you look, she's a cat stretching. So yeah, just need a tail. I will probably pull for her. I may not pull for her C1 or C2, but I see how it goes. Okay, I like her more than I like Shenhe, and that is very telling. Because I was thinking seriously of pulling for Shenhe, but right now I may not. I'll think about it a bit. But in order to get her to work, I'm fairly sure I need Banner, which means it will automatically raise because of pyro resonance, it will raise her attack. You don't, she is a swap burst damage dealer that must go along with somebody else to bring up her attack. So who else can do it? Kujo Sara? Tricky. Right now she is not Abyss grade because people have not found a way to reliably let her trigger vaporization. Because she deals so much damage in 4 seconds, internal cooldown may create problems. So whoever, okay, one unit gauge application of hydro is not going to keep up, right? And the traditional way of of Yelan or Xingqiu applying hydro is not going to keep up. It cannot apply fast enough because it doesn't trigger. So it needs somebody who just throw water everywhere. And she is one of the better choices. Mona may actually be the better choice. Okay, I need to read. I need to refresh my memory on the elemental glitch theory. But anyway, I need to go and sort other things out. So I'll stop the stream at this point. Uh yeah, I was really unhappy about the way the internet is treating is looking at data. It looks to be the same mistake as Kokomi. When I first saw Kokomi, I never saw her crit as a problem because I don't believe in the crit theory anyway. I still don't. It's just that it is a thing there that people use for the highest tier characters. But I see Kokomi as invaluable for healing. I initially saw her as a healer and nothing else. But as it turns out, she is very good at applying steady hydro. So that's why she became a staple of my teams, along with Raiden. It's only recently that Nahida displaced her. Even then, not fully. Yeah, I think even if I cannot find a way to make AI work, I'm okay. You think about it this way: there are blocks of characters who have similar styles. Inazuma characters have a similar style. Uh, I can't say the same for Lee. Okay, Monster is a scattering because it's a starting area. But Sumaru had a block of characters that use EM. Delia is not an EM user. So it means she's a different block. So what is she? I don't know. But we are about to find out. Uh, I think in some of the later release, we will see characters that combos well with her. I think it won't be a mistake to. I don't think it's a mistake to bring her in because I do enjoy what she's bringing. Will she? Can she replace Yuimiya? Let me think about it. Anyway, I'm going to stop the stream now. So thank you for listening in. I will probably do a bit of stream tomorrow. Either I'm going to raise Bennett or I'm going to roll for Dea. I will see how it goes. So good night. Have a good rest. See you guys tomorrow.